Alright, so breakups. We've all been there. They suck. It's like one day you're vibing and the next you're questioning everything about your life while eating cereal at 3 a.m. But hey, you're here. So let's talk about how to actually move on and, more importantly, how to come out the other side better than before. First off, let's get this out of the way. It's okay to feel like trash. Seriously. Don't let anyone rush you into being fine. You just lost something important, and it's natural to feel all kinds of emotions: sadness, anger, confusion, even relief sometimes. Whatever you're feeling, let it happen. Cry if you need to, scream into a pillow, journal about it. Just don't bottle it up, because that's how you end up exploding over something dumb like crashing out your friends for a harmless joke. Trust me, you don't want to be that person. Here's the hard part. You've got to go no contact. No texting, no, hey, I'm just checking in, no stalking their socials. I know it's tempting to keep tabs on what they're doing, but all it does is keep you stuck in this weird limbo. Unfollow, mute, block if you have to, whatever it takes to give yourself some space to breathe. And yeah, it's gonna feel weird at first, but trust me, this is one of the most important steps. Now that you got some space, it's time to remember who you are outside of that relationship. What did you love before you were with them? Maybe it's gaming, reading, working out, or trying new hobbies. Start leaning into those things again, and if you're like, I don't even know what I like anymore, that's fine too. Use this time to experiment. Take a class, learn a skill, or just try random stuff until something sticks. This isn't about distracting yourself, it's about reconnecting with who you are, because honestly, you probably feel a little lost, forgetting part of who you were before your relationship. Breakups are a perfect excuse to level up. Start small. Drink more water, get more steps, fix your sleep schedule. Once you get the basics down, you can move on to bigger things like hitting the gym or working on personal goals. The key here is consistency. You don't have to be a whole new person overnight, but little changes add up over time. And honestly, there's no better revenge than becoming the best version of yourself. If there's one thing I have to tell you, don't isolate yourself. Talk to your friends, family, and whoever your people are. Let them know that you're struggling. They're there to support you, even if it's just hanging out or playing games, just spending time with each other. Sometimes just being around people who care about you can make a huge difference in how you feel and your mood. And if you feel like you don't have that kind of support, consider joining online communities or even talking to a therapist. You don't have to do this alone. Instead of seeing the breakup as a failure, try to see it as a chapter in your story. Relationships teach us things about ourselves, about what we want, and about what we don't want. Even if it ended poorly, there's always something to learn. Take those lessons with you and don't let one chapter define your whole story. There's no timeline for getting over someone. For some people, it takes days or weeks. For others, it's months or even longer. And that's okay. Healing isn't linear, so don't beat yourself up if you feel like you're taking a step back. Just keep moving forward one day at a time. Alright, let's address something a lot of people do after a breakup. Putting your ex on this ridiculous pedestal. You start remembering only the good times, like that one cute date or how they laughed at your dumb jokes, but let's keep it real. They weren't perfect, nobody is. And if that relationship ended, there were probably some real issues. This isn't about trashing your ex or rewriting history, but it's about seeing things for what they were. Remember the arguments, the ways you felt unsupported, or the times it didn't show up for you. Balance out the narrative in your head. It's easy to romanticize someone when they're gone, but that's not reality. Reality is messy, and the relationship ended for a reason. It simply wasn't meant to be for whatever reason happened. Another thing people often can't come to terms with is forgiveness. Holding on to anger or resentment only hurts you in the long run. It's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to feel it. But forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. You can forgive someone for hurting you without excusing their behavior or letting them back in your life. It's about letting go of that emotional baggage so you can move forward without carrying all that weight. And yeah, it's not easy. Never said it was. It might take time, but when you get there, it's like finally being able to breathe again. When you're going through a breakup, it's easy to focus on what you've lost. But what about what you still have? What about the friends who are there for you, the family who's still there for you, the hobbies you enjoy, or even the fact that you're still here, figuring things out? Start small. At the end of each day, write down one thing you're grateful for. It could be as simple as, oh, I got an A on my math test, or I just ranked up in Marvel Rivals. Over time, this shifts your mindset from focusing on what's missing to appreciating what's present, kind of like a glass half full perspective. If there is one thing to take away from this video, it's that rebounds are overrated, toxic, and honestly pointless because it's filling a void that your previous partner once occupied. It's not a long-term fix to your problem. I get it. You're lonely and it's tempting to dive into something new just to fill that void. If you haven't done the work to heal, you're not just bringing all that baggage into the next relationship, It's not fair to you, and it's not fair to the other person. Take your time. Learn to enjoy your own company. Date yourself for a while, as dumb as it sounds. Take yourself out for coffee, binge watch your favorite shows, or spend a weekend gaming. Whenever you're comfortable alone, you'll be in a much better place when the right person does come along. It's important to love yourself first and foremost, because you can't truly love someone else until you do so. One of the coolest things about a breakup is it gives you a chance to redefine what love means to you. What do you actually want in a partner? What are your non-negotiables? What kind of relationship do you want to build next time? Use this time to get super clear on your values and boundaries. Maybe you realize you need someone who communicates better or someone who shares your interests. Whatever it is, take those lessons and carry them forward. This is your chance to set the foundation for something healthier and more fulfilling in the future. Finally, don't forget to celebrate how far you've come. Breakups are hard, and getting through one is no small feat. Look back and acknowledge the progress you've made, whether it's finally deleting their number, going a whole week without thinking about them, or just feeling a little bit lighter than you did before. You're not the same person you were when this started, and that's a good thing. You've grown, learned, and probably discovered some things about yourself that you didn't even know. That's worth celebrating. Alright, if you're still here, I hope this helped in some way. Breakups are messy, painful, and exhausting, but they're also a chance to grow into a stronger, better version of yourself. Take it one step at a time. Be kind to yourself, and remember, you've got this. And hey, if you're going through it now, drop a comment. Let's make this space where people can share their stories and support each other. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, take care.